A very good evening to all the GATE aspirants. Now it's the month of November and your exam is in the month of Feb. So we have complete November, December, January and Feb. First week Feb or mid Feb, approx 14th February, they will be having your GATE exam. So right now we actually have exclusive 90 days to prepare for GATE. All the students who are here, first of all, a very good evening. We are going to talk about the syllabus of GATE. It's here. And the last paper. It's here, the last paper. So I was going through the paper when these questions were, I was just going through these questions and I was trying to understand the depth level, whether they are easy, tough, moderate. So most of these questions are like true and false statement, and some of these questions are dealing with lit theories. Hello, Komal, how are you? All the other students, one by one. Vidhi, Santosh, Sanjay. So yes, I understand. Take some minutes to come here because everybody has been informed that the session is by 7:30. So let's wait for some other students to be the part. Till then, hello Isha, how are you? GATE graduation aptitude test in engineering, and they have English literature. This is amazing. I am also going to appear in GATE exam. Last time when I qualified GATE, because of maths portion, my percentage was not good. My ranking was not good. This time I also believe I'll be improving my ranking. It is said that a lady took her kid to Gautam Buddha and she said that please help me, my kid eats a lot of sweet and I want him to stop. So Buddha said that okay, come after 1 month. The lady came after 1 month and Buddha guided the kid that stop eating these sweets, it's not good for you, it can cause you diabetes. So the lady said, sir, you could have said the same thing 1 month back. Why did you ask me to come after 1 month? Buddha smiled and said, I also used to eat a lot of sweets. So I wanted to experience it first to give him a better guidance. So I stopped eating sweets first and then I asked him to stop. This is the reason I attempted GATE and qualified. This time I will improve my ranking. And then just like 8 net 17 said, I'm going to write 2 GATE exams. This is the best thing about this GATE syllabus. It's not like net. There are something common, no doubt. 50-60% things are common. But how they have the approaches. For example, when you say UPSC syllabus is same. Just like basic thing. But the approach is totally different. That's why UPSC English literature, it looks easy, becomes very tough. Now, see, the things we are going to talk about syllabus first. They have syllabus C2.1, multi-genre literature in English. Multi-genre literature. So when they say multi-genre, how many genres you have to study? Even detective fiction is a genre. Travelogue writing is a genre. And I can bet that none of you have done a separate reading of detective fiction, travel writings, autobiographical literature. In short, multi-genre literature in English. Instead of going for age-wise study like NET, they simply said read the genres, the genre of drama, poetry, novel, non-fiction, short story, prose, autobiographical writing, travelogues, confessional writings, literary theories, all of these things are going to be here. Then they have mentioned this thing that creative non-fiction and non-fiction. What is the difference between non-fiction and creative non-fiction? It looks easy. So technically we're going to teach you some important creative non-fiction books along with what is creative non-fiction, what makes them creative non-fiction, what are the factors that makes them creative non-fiction. The problem is that there are no books available on these things. This is the only problem. When I asked Pearson that let's write a book on GATE exam, nobody else has done that, we do it. They said, sir, the students will not buy. They're not interested. Why? Because every student has a different kind of choice of IIT. So those who want to go for IIT Delhi, they will fill the next form. Those who are going to for IIT Kanpur, they will fill this form. Many of our students have been selected in IIT Roorkee. If you remember my public number status 3 to 4 days back. See, non-fiction prose they have talked, creative non-fiction they have talked. Then point number 2, C22. Comparative context, especially in comparative context, Anglophone and in English translation. So you have to go for the English linguistic studies, reading Anglophone, the references of sound structures, Anglophone and English translations, literatures from India. So you have to read Anglophonic sounds, Anglophonic studies, translation literature, translation studies. Even in net, translation literature is not mentioned in proper way. They have clearly mentioned the works in English translation. In net exam also, they ask translation questions, but they have not mentioned it. If you remember this paper, they asked you the question, who translated Mahabharata, these kind of works. So translation literature and then literatures from India. When they say literatures from India, it doesn't mean only English literature from India. Literatures from India. It can be Assamese literature. It can be Odia literature. This thing is also questioned in NET, but not to a level. Here they have clearly mentioned. So their inclination is towards another side. Inka jhukav dusri side jada hai. Here you will have to go for the top literatures and their translations from India. Then, and approx 80 plus writers are totally different. Then, extending to some degree the larger Indian subcontinent. The larger Indian subcontinent. It means the South Asian countries, their literature can equally be asked. You have to go for southern subcontinental literature. यानी आपको वो भी पूरा पढ़ना है. Totally different. Then the third thing is literary criticism and theory. It's same, just like NET. Literary criticism, starting from Plato, the base and all, then going to Dryden, then going to Arnold, going to Eliot, then lit theory, starting from neo-criticism, then structuralism, formalism, and post-structuralism, and after that, deconstruction. These things are going there. So that is just like NET. Then critical and cultural intellectual traditions. Critical cultural intellectual traditions. How many of you know about the Devdasi tradition, which is the part of subculture? Here they are actually talking about the cultures of India, which are the part of traditions, intellectual traditions. This is something they have taken from JNU PhD. A JNU standard hai, and approaches widely referred and used in the discipline of English. So all of those subcultural studies, minority studies, subaltern studies, all of these things are the part. Yes, Komal, I have taught Devdasi, you're right. But I taught to give you the references. Here they have mentioned it as the part of syllabus. And directly JNU ka syllabus uthaya unhone. JNU standards uthaye. Then the next unit, History of English Literature and English Literary Studies. This is just like NET. So literary criticism, literary theory, History of English Literature and English Literary Studies, just like NET. That's what I keep telling you, 50-60% syllabus is same. Here ditto NET jaisa. So if you're studying NET, you can cover these things. Then research approaches and methodologies. अब यहाँ तक तो it can be connected to Unit 10 of NET exam. Unit 10 of NET can be connected. Research approaches and methodologies, including interpretive techniques responsive to literary forms. The interpretive techniques are actually the parts of rhetorics, which are not actually studied in NET in proper way. Interpretive techniques responsive to literary forms, devices, concepts, and genre. So directly, indirectly, it is connected to NET also. Out of 5 different units, 3 units are directly connected, 2 are directly connected to NET. Third one is half connected to NET. So it's 50% NET, 50% JNU PhD. 50% JNU PhD. And now let's go for the smart analysis of this. They have given a note. Now at the end of this, they have given a note. एक note है यहाँ पे. The 5 units above list aspects the question paper will include rather than signal separate modules or sections. So they are simply saying that they will not be separate modules or sections, they are mixed. So don't think there are 5 units. So if we have 50 questions, 10 questions are from 1 unit. No. These 5 units listed are not necessarily exclusive to each other. ये भी है, आपस में connected नहीं है. They are not exclusive to each other. The question paper will also not be divided into sections. Question paper will not be divided into sections corresponding to the above aspects. While the paper will test candidates for a reasonable breadth of disciplinary knowledge. Paper check करेगा आपको reasonable depth of knowledge है कि नहीं. It would prioritize conceptual depth. ये आपके concepts को check करेगा. It means assertion, reason, yes or no type questions can be asked. Methodological sensitivity, demonstrative of disciplinary training. That do you understand what you have read or not? These things what they have mentioned here. Information wherever possible. So disciplinary training and information. In short, they are saying that mugging up cannot help you. Guidebooks cannot help you. You must understand exactly what they're asking about. When they said literatures from India, do you know about the Notanki tradition? The Notanki tradition, the Jhanki tradition. The Jhankis are also performed in 26th January, 15th of August. So in short, it is a beautiful mingling of NET and JNU standard syllabus, and that's why it becomes tough. Not that easy. Now, have we done wonders or not? In the first GATE exam, the first ever GATE exam of Indian history, we got 7th rank for my student, 22nd rank from a South Indian student from Kerala who had science in background but still qualified GATE and NET. I myself qualified. My rank is bad after 500 because my maths is totally zero and their math is tough. But then we got many other ranks in the first one. Then we repeated the history in the second one. We are also learning. We are also learning. We are also solving papers. This is the third GATE exam. And we are going to rock again. फिर करेंगे. You know, एक बात बताऊं personally. मतलब आपको लगेगा शायद कि सर का ईगो है या सर ईगो में बोल रहे हैं. कई बार ईगो आ जाता है. आई एम नॉट सेइंग हो सकता है ईगो हो. लेकिन मजा है. ये सिलेबस हर किसी को नहीं आएगा. इन सिलेबस की हेल्प पता कौन करेगा? एक्चुअल पर्सन कौन करेगा? Proper DU faculties, JNU faculty, Jamia faculties, they can actually deal with this. No offense, I'm not taking references of BHU, Punjab or anything else. The latest studies, the latest researches are actually done in DU, JNU and Jamia. DU, JNU, Jamia में भी JNU number 1, DU number 2, Jamia number 3. ये वहाँ के professors guide कर पाएंगे. So what they have actually done, it's really good. आप this is just amazing. Thank God I was in DU. Otherwise, मुझे भी नहीं आता. And that is one of the reason. See, now I just give you one idea. Let's see the questions. Then I'll tell you how we're gonna prepare these things. Important ये नहीं है कि क्या tough है क्या नहीं है. Important ये है कि हम उसे बहुत अच्छे से prepare करेंगे. See this thing. What they have done. They have taken the reference of Louis Rosenblatt. The name of the essay is The Poem as Event. And they are asking the theme of the poet. Question number 44, last GATE exam. Theme पूछा इसका Rosenblatt के question का. See, what is common among the following novels? Question number 46, last GATE exam. What is common among the following novels? Cormac McCarthy, The Road. Okay, I know it. George Orwell, 1984. I know it. Margaret Atwood, Handmaid's Tale. I know it. Without seeing the option, one thing is very common. They are dystopia. They have science fiction reference, and The Road is apocalyptic. 1984 is not, and this one is also not the one. So let's go for the option. These are examples of utopian fiction. No. These are examples of dystopian fiction. Yes. They present an idealistic picture of the world. No. They abound in pleasant description of landscape. No. It's easy. Dystopian. Yes, it's easy. Shimali, बहुत बढ़िया answer. Who preferred Shakespearean comedies to his tragedies? Samuel Johnson, Alexander Pope, John Dryden, Thomas De Quincey. Wow. This is just amazing. Samuel Johnson, he's the one who praised comedies also. Actually, maximum writers were working on Shakespearean tragedy and Shakespearean comedies were outright rejected. So Johnson was the one who paid attention to his comedies. Then who amongst the following popularized the term objective correlative in formalist criticism? It's amazing. T.S. Eliot's reference. History is not made only in statecraft, its lasting results are produced in the ranks of learned man. Name the play from which the lines have been taken. He who is unable to live in society, who has no need because he is sufficient for himself. The statement has been spoken by Aristotle, Plato, Socrates. There are questions from German literature. French Kafka का question है, Harold Pinter का question है. They have questions from gynocriticism. They have questions from Russian literature, Russian formalist. आपने पढ़ा है ना? You must have studied the famous Russian literature, the Russian literature theories. Hindu philosophy is a question है. Which poetry has been heavily influenced by Hindu philosophy? Then reader response theory is a question है. Deconstruction is a question है. You know what? If you just prepare and work hard, bodily arts a question है. You will actually qualify GATE. It's not that tough. Trust me. The syllabus is tough. Syllabus has been given in a proper way, but still they are not asking very tough questions. So if you just, actually attempt in a proper way, the best thing is that you will have IIT PhD. Many of my students are doing PhD from IIT. Soon we will have their interviews, Zoom session, where other universities are not taking for PhD. DU is not taking for PhD. JNU, Jamia, their seats are full. The scholars are not getting proper chances. You will get proper chances of PhD from IITs, and yes, you can equally apply in engineering colleges. The GATE score can also help you abroad. Don't listen to me. Click GATE 2023. Check the brochure. There is clearly mentioned the benefit of GATE exam. Benefit of GATE exam for art students, for English literature students. Read it, check it, and then you'll simply find it out. See, it's actually a qualification. This IIT Kanpur is conducting. Next time IIT Delhi will be conducting. This is the time of competition, so make sure you have maximum certificates, maximum feeders. Rimi is here. She is my online student. She has written, I have qualified GATE 2020. Rimi, I think you are in PhD also, right? If I'm not wrong, you had some issue. They were not accepting the GATE scholarship. If I'm not wrong. Right? You are in some MNIT. Ghazal is in IIT Roorkee. One boy, I'm missing his name. Deva Jyoti. He is also in IIT Roorkee. That Kerala boy, 22nd rank, he's teaching. Vidhi has also qualified GATE. Be ready. We're going to have a Zoom session. इस बार हम लोग जूम सेशन करेंगे. सो वी गोना डिस्कस प्लान, स्ट्रेटजीज, आप लोगों ने किस तरह से क्वालिफाई किया, कहाँ अप्लाई किया, हम इसके सब पे बात करेंगे. एंड इफ यू हैव ऑलरेडी स्कोर्ड एंड क्वालिफाइड, इम्प्रूव योर स्कोर. इस बार स्कोर और अच्छा कर लो. Okay, Remy is going to apply in Jadavpur University. That's what I want to say. It's really good. It's really great. Along with this thing, there is in every IIT, they have simple patterns. Sometimes they have 40 marks math, 60 marks literature. So where I scored a bad percentage, there were 40 marks math. Yeah, they see Remy Banerjee, All India rank 93. What I want to say actually, this GATE exam, they are having only 15 marks for paper 1 or maths. 85 marks are for literature. You can improve, you can work. So I suggest you that give your 200%. This is the best time because maximum questions will be from literature and you can score really well. Stay tuned because we are going to start a private teaching session for GATE exam regular batch. Plus, okay, अब हमें GATE के ranks देनी है. 3 महीने 90 दिन है. We have to go for it. One more thing. We will have Zoom sessions. Yes, negative marking is there. In GATE exam, negative marking is there. Chalo, then see you all. Somebody is actually calling for my important call. Wait for the private classes of GATE. We will have live sessions for GATE. I will start teaching syllabus from the 0 level and we will solve the paper. पहले paper भी solve करेंगे और syllabus को 0 level से start करेंगे. So see you soon in the GATE classes. Bye bye.